All right, we're in the open. Dunner's on the line. Look at that. We got Dunner. What's up, Dunner?
Hey, I'm
Hey,
here.
he's getting ready for his big vacation. We won't be able to get shit out of him for the rest of the week because he's gonna be on vacation for the rest of the week. The
Oh, you never
five,
know.
the five
It's only
dayer.
a 9 hole.
Yeah, you can call me. We'll see how it goes. Hole number
I
one. What
mean,
what is hole number
I
one?
think all of our tee offs are somewhere around noon. So, like, we should be home by dinner every day. All right.
All right, hole number one is hole number
Practicing.
2 of Glen Monarch. Hole number 2. Depends on which way the wind's blowing. If the wind's blowing the right way, I'm going to try the white line just to do it. But I will tell you, I shot this yesterday, and I was actually talking to my teammate Kyle about it earlier. But I came in here, I hit to the absolute perfect spot down in the end, and had the shot that we're looking for going in for the old pin placement, which is minimum short iron. But the pin placement's in the front, and I was actually in maximum wedge, and I should have did a rough bump. There's a rough bump. If you hit it straight forward, there's actually a rough bump you can do with your wedge right to the cup.
I suppose you're telling me that you need a rapier for that fucking stupid shot.
Well, you would I don't know, like if you've got an upper developed like a level 7 inbringer, then it's got the same kind of topspin. So
No, I think mine are that high.
but there is a great opportunity for a rough bump. And I didn't. And what happened was I was in the perfect spot that we should have been in for the old pin placement, and I got so confused by it. I was like, "Why the hell am I in short iron here? Like, why are we?" And then it dawned on me after the hole that, of course, dumbass, they changed the pins, and so like now we have. And I didn't even think about doing the shot because I was confused on why the hell I was. I mean, I'm in the right spot. What's the deal? All right, I'm gonna just wing it depending on what the wind is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you
I'm
ready?
just going to wing it anyway. Yeah.
You want me to go
You go
first?
first again.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hold on. Okay, 3, 2, 1,
Holding on.
go.
It's like a good solid 5 seconds. Why you got dots on spinning?
I got dots and I'm spinning.
Well,
You want me?
I'll go back in.
Come on, come on, come on. Did you get back in?
Yeah, I went back in. I'm still fucking spinning again.
Here, I'll back out and get back in. That way I don't get a. And you're playing another dinner?
Yeah.
I got dots and. Come on, man. How many people are practicing hole number 1 in Norway at 2 o'clock in the morning? Hey, hold
Oh, I've
on.
got someone far away.
Here, back out for a second. Hold on. I'm going to pause this for a second. Hold on. All right. Denner got out there on the course with somebody right when we did the thing, so hopefully we'll be able to get hooked up on the rest of the holes here. Hopefully. Are you out on the course right now?
Yeah. I think I still might have a short iron, though.
Did you hit it straight
I
forward?
used Katana ball. Yeah, there's a headwind, so couldn't really make it for the big shot, even with a berserker in the headwind.
If I can get an opponent. Like, I'll have to get a replay here. Gray Fox. I should probably put on my perfect glasses. Get ready. Gray Fox goes first.
I'm still at minimum short iron, though. Even with the rough bump.
Yeah, I was way up there. I mean, I was about as far forward as you could get, and with a 3 power ball.
Yeah, I use Katana.
Looks like we got a headwind here. Well, we got a side wind. I'm going to do the shot going forward with...
Boom. Right off the pin. That was easy.
6 topspin.
Minimum Hornet. No adjustment.
3-2. Do a little extra. Hitting it perfect. See if 6 topspin puts me in the right spot, or if that's too little or too much. I think that's just about right. I probably could have put 6.5 on there, but I think that might be my wedge range, max wedge. You made it?
What do I want? What do I get? Nothing.
What did you make it with?
Minimum Hornet. Didn't even really need much in the way of spin. I did end up putting like probably not even 1 full top spin on it, just because I left myself a bit more room away from the edge of the fringe. But yeah, minimum, nothing extra.
One, 2. .82 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in. Woo! In the hole. All right. We matched up, and I could have pulled that a little bit more. I could have just did.
Can you rough bump this one too?
Well, I did a point.
Like
I did a .95 on that, and I probably could have just stuck with the 1-to-1. And I did a rough bump on it. Look at that. I learned from yesterday. Hole number 2. What is hole number 2? Hole number 2 is that par 3. And they put the pin...
Looks like it's at the back now.
I think we can still do a rough bump, though.
As long as it's a long iron or maybe Goliath, I suppose.
No, I mean, it's a
wood.
It's a wood. It's a sniper shot. Doing the rough bump. And I think you can still do the... But the pin is now further to the left and back, and there's a little hill back there. So when you come up to the green, to the pin, it's not straight to it.
You gotta get up the hill.
You got to get up the hill on the left and then bring it back to the right. I suppose if you had a really big side spin ball, you could start off on the right hand side in the rough and try and bring it back to the left and try and ride the bottom and not involve that hill. But you need a ball that had probably more than 3 side spin. Maybe. All right. You know the wind's not going to be blowing in a good direction.
No, probably right over the bunker.
Yeah, it's probably going to be run right over the bunker. I don't know if a navigator has enough spin. Maybe. All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Right.
Hold on.
Ready.
Okay. You go first.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Tell me when you get dots.
Dots.
Dots and You rat bastard sons of bitches. That was perfect timing right there.
It'll take fucking 2 hours to practice 9 holes on the
Dots
straight.
and come on. Come on.
Oh, I got someone.
You finally got somebody. Let's switch servers after this. Screw the Norwegians. They don't like us.
Mid sniper.
Norway seems like a nice but cold place to live.
It's actually a perfect winter for rough one.
Ah, that is.
Ugh!
3538.
Skip club, which was 1-to-1 minus 0.1, and it was a little bit too much. With a left to right tailwind.
All right, it was 3.5 and I moved it like 3.5. Just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Rolled right over the edge. The speed was pretty good. I mean, if it would have been over the cup, it would have fell in. Right on the edge. Well, we used to do a plus 10% there, but that right there looked like, without wind direction, it looked like we almost needed to take off 10%.
I wonder. Just because I'm curious. It's still in there yet?
And if you look at the hole,
Yeah,
it
straight
is,
up
it
mid
is uphill.
wouldn't have worked. On mid +5 with a sniper, maybe. I had 3.8 wind. I did 3.7 pull, and probably 0.1 less would have been in.
Well, I had like a 3.5 and I did a 3.4, and I was right on the edge, so it should have been more than the -1. You're right. Minus 10% would have been 0.35.
Yeah, are you playing at max number though?
Yeah, I was playing at max number.
Yeah, I did mid. Straight up mid would have been not enough, I think.
All right,
But
we're
at
gonna.
+5,
All
it
right,
looked.
this par 5 right here. Hold on, we're gonna switch servers. All right,
Can you make it with a?
we're back.
Probably can make it with a rock. I'm gonna put a bag with.
Well, what's funny is yesterday I made 2 eagles on it, and on neither one did I actually. No, this isn't the one. This is the other one. This is hole number 9, I think. Yeah. Yesterday I tried to do a second bounce rough bump. It was against the headwind, and I didn't bring out quite the right stuff. I set it up wrong. I forgot that I was at my red line. I should have pulled back and moved it. But I really, you can take this with a 3-power ball, but where the pin's at, if you bring a 4-power ball, you might be able to get up there with a sniper. If you can get all the way to the tip on the drive.
That big dog's level 8, so it's almost got 3 ball guide. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna try it with a sniper and see if I can get all the way up to the tip. My other option is to bring out. Decisions. I think I can bring my sniper if I bring a 4 Powerball. But I got to get all the way into the front pocket. Okay, are you ready? We switched to the Netherlands. We went over, decided we'd play in a coffee shop over there, so that's where we're at.
Sure.
Sure. You go first.
3, 2, 1, go. Dots.
Dots and
Not like that matters anymore.
another
yeah.
dunner. Woo! Look at that. Switched to the Netherlands and they've been nice to us. Look at that. Thank you, Netherlands.
Which to me, they're like, this guy's our type of guy. Oh, damn, it is extra mile away. Yeah, I think I remember trying the shot before, too.
1-7. I do 1 ring. That's 2-1, so that's like a 20% pull. Not that it'll really matter with that wind. Hitting it perfect. Now I really want to watch because if you got headwind, this bounce right there is definitely off. That was perfect in the center. And that's about as close as I can get. I think if you hit a great to the left there, you're still good. And you are closer, but you can't hit 2. And I'm trying to... What I found was, see that right there at the crotch at the top? That's not a bad spot to do the rough bump either, and you gotta... Yeah, because from there you'll get a nice little bounce over.
2.7, it says. 2.7, it says.
That's a 10% pull?
10, yeah. Snuck that one in there.
You had like a second left.
Oh, yeah, right over.
Right over.
So what was that, level 7 rock, I think? Is that high in this look count?
Yeah, and it's not quite up into the pocket. I really like to get right up there. That way I wouldn't have to put any top spin on it. So either bring out a power 5 ball or... Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna add on. I'm gonna add on about, and I think I screwed up here. I don't think this will work. No, it's not gonna work.
If you time out, I'll do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull back from it in order to do that, so that I can work the wind out. And I had set it up there so I was right at it. The deal is to bring out, you got to bring out a Cataclysm even with the 4 Powerball, because the Cataclysm would have put me right up there to the top, and I could have put on a little bit of backspin to bring the second bounce back to the rough instead of topspin trying to get to it. And you got 3 wind, so a little more, or 4 wind.
I think I might try from that side.
I think I'd put on like a half more topspin with that wind.
If I'm trying to go over the bunker, yeah, but I think I might try and go to the left. And yeah, I'm just gonna do like a totally dumb, ridiculous shot. Just why not? It's fun.
I'm going to try the second bounce rough bump. And I'm going to add on like 10% onto the wind. Well, the wind's pretty low, so I'm going to just do a 2-ring pull.
Yeah, I mean, cheat a bit more.
Hitting it perfect.
Barely.
Not quite enough on it. It's kind of hard in that spot because if you push it forward, it jumps over the rough, and then all of a sudden you're on there's a small little spot, and that rough is pretty G-stringy, pretty narrow, pretty thin.
Oh, that's no good. That's way in the bunker.
It might make it over.
Oh, over all the way in the bunker. See?
It is in the bunker.
Not the bunker I thought. Yeah, I'll have to take that with the extra mile next time. Get further up.
Let's practice that hole one more time. You want to practice it again, or are you good?
Sure, I don't care.
Well, there are some of these other holes
Might
that we're
as well.
definitely going to want to practice. If we can't...
I got lots. Or I got like 20 something still. So
You got a few.
I'm sure I got a stupid fucking hole diarrhea or something I could put on. I used my thumb that time. That's why.
That's what you get for using your thumb. That's why they have styluses. Come on, man. All right, what hole are we on here? Hole number 4. Hole number 4 is the peanut hole, and they moved it to where it's closer to the center, but it's still in the back. And there is a spot on here where you don't have to put on any.
Where it bounces up the hill too.
Where you got to hit it through that little peanut.
Like that fairway is lower than the green. The beginning of it, or is that a different hole?
No, it's the what hole is it? It's hole number.
Because there's a few par 3s for the green shape like that.
On the regular course, it's hole number 5.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you don't know.
Just look at the little thing here.
So it's closer to the center. It washes out through there, but I found a spot yesterday where you don't have to put on any side spin. You only have to put on just like a little teeny bit of top spin. But you can move it around until your side spin goes straight to the cup, and then add the top spin that you need. And I did a plus 10% and made a hole in one on it yesterday.
If this is the one I'm thinking of, I think there's a no move shot as well.
And then,
or used to be, I guess.
Well, there used to be. And I'm going to take a navigator.
The Prince of Balls.
The Prince of Balls. Is that the navigator? Is that what it says underneath?
I think so.
It's not the king, but it's the Prince of Balls.
It's like one of the most versatile balls I think there is, honestly. Pretty much, if I know I'm going to a par 3, I just automatically just click navigator. And then even a lot of par 4s, you can easily have a decent shot with navigator.
All right, you ready?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go. Hole 4. Dodge. Spinning forever.
Spinning and another dunner. Look at that
Not
shit.
forever.
Look at that shit. 2 in a row. The Netherlands is being nice to us. See what happens when we go to a coffee
Marcus
shop,
Coffee
hang out?
Shop. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just, oh, right.
There's a rough bump that you can do where you don't, if you keep going to the right, you won't have to put on any side spin at all. You just have to put on top spin. Move it a little bit more to the right.
Oh, I didn't set that up. Did I? 2.1. Whatever. No, I think I remember. I thought I remember finding a spot where it didn't really engage either of those humps. It managed to kind of just thread the needle right through the middle. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember this hole now.
Hey, I don't want to know what the ball is. I know what the ball is.
So 1 was easy. 2 is definitely right there. 3 is going to be a tough one, obviously.
See if I can get it in. See if I can get it 2 in a row.
Yep. Oh.
And see, the deal is that if you overpull it, it comes in, it washes out there. So, did I overpull that? I was on the overpull side, but
See, I thought I remember like putting opposite spin on or something.
I'm trying to just go straight up the gully. Yeah, but you got to go like right there. Yeah. And hey, look at your spin. Look at your spin. Let's see what you got on there.
Oops.
Because you're 3 rings off. You got 3
3 and like 3/4 or
3/4
2/3 or something. 1.4. I'm gonna run out of time again.
Well, take your time. I'll miss my putt.
And that's not going to do anything useful.
Well, if you're in the right spot, though.
Left side.
Yeah, and that's.
See, I thought there was something where you could stay away from that fringe and try and play it more up the middle. So yeah, if you aim to the right, but you put a bit of left spin on, you can find it. You still need to use the hill a bit, obviously, but not as much as if you use right or whatever. Yeah. You could probably go with a Grizzly too.
Well, I could have brought out a
top
slightly bigger ball and hit it at max Grizzly. Because if I would have brought out a 2-power ball, I would have pushed the red line for it because I was right there. I dropped down to a 0-power ball.
Crazies? You might be able to get to the green here. Oh, it's par 5, par 4, yeah.
All right, so yesterday there's a max overpower hook shot you can do here, but there's a max curl shot you can do with an APOC. But there is a max overpower hook shot you can do. And yesterday I think I did it with 1 backspin, but I could have used a couple topspin. And I was using a Katana. And my number 5 bag. And they moved the pin here if you're trying to lay up, or you're not trying to get over in 1. If you do the layup way back in the back, you got a straight up shot at it. But if you can get over, it's much better if you can get over. Are you going to do the hook or are you going to do a curl?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking at it and I don't know. We'll see. I'm wondering if there's a reverse hook option, but I don't know how far up the fairway I can get in the air. So
Well, I think I actually
I'm
did
gonna
the
do
hook.
something stupid probably.
I think I might have practiced the hook yesterday because my opponent was in the water, so then I tried the hook. And then the first time I was in the water, and the second time I made it over, but I didn't put enough topspin on. I'm gonna go for the curl shot though. Are you
Something
ready?
tells me you bounce over it. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. Something tells me you can bounce all the way over and actually get fairly close to the green.
You can with
On
an
kick-ass
APOC.
shot.
I think if you have an APOC 4, you can get it done. And you need a ball that's got a lot of side spin. So if you got a ball that's got more than 3, that's even better. But you don't need any more than 2 power. I think I was out, like, put your white ring up against that little sign marker. Move to the left just a little bit. A little bit more.
Here goes the fucking pen's being goofy lately.
You better get that. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, so that was about 5 too much topspin. Or too much. I wonder if I could have just straight up. No, I didn't. I'm just wondering because looking at those bounces, you can bounce on that first fairway and then do a second rough bump and then just let it roll out from there and like be on the green in one. Actually, you might have a fucking chance at a condor on this hole. The elusive condor.
I've came swirl the cup close to getting a condor, and that's the closest that I've come. And I still didn't put enough topspin on it. I can put all of the topspin on there, it looks like.
I don't.
Or I may have to bring
I can't
out.
think of off the top of my head, but I might have made it on the green in one of the par 5, but I've not really been close to a condor.
No, that island, the island one where you hit off the island and then you fly it over to the other side.
Yeah, but even still, I don't know if I even made it on the green on that one. Because it seems like it's longer, or I don't know.
And that's the one I'm talking about. I swirled the cup on that one. That hole's nerve-wracking as hell because you have to get an Albie on it. If you're going to keep up with the Joneses. In the hole! Eagle.
Oh wait, it is a par 4. Duh, I'm unglued.
Yeah, that's a big deal. This is a key hole to get a minimum club. So it's .2 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in. Woo! In the hole. That's what I'm talking about. Left it a little short though. I had a lot of room there. I could have ran forward, clipping that rough. All right. That's two different ways to look at it. That's the max overpower hook and the curl. What's our next hole here?
The hell is this?
Ah, this is the one.
Can
This
you get
is
on that little pad?
well, this is the one. This is number 9? Great. There's some tough ass holes on this course, and this is one of them.
First par 5 was not nice either.
So this is hole number 3 on the regular course. So this is the one where we can, if you set yourself up, you can do a max overpower hook shot with your rock on the second, or your big dog on the second shot. I'm just wondering if you brought out a big power 5 ball, if you couldn't get your bounces over, we're trying to shoot for that green. But you'd only be able to do it on days you had tailwind. I'm going to take a power 3 ball, because that is all I need. A Kingmaker. All right, you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning dots and another down there. Do you remember this hole?
I will in a minute, probably.
You will. You will. Did you bring a big dog bag?
I have one.
You might need it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
When I first seen it, this was going to be like based on the Open. I thought it was going to be another fixed club thing.
Another what? So the fixed club deal.
Sure.
You might be able to with this wind to get over. It's a big hill to get over to that other one, but if you can catch it just right. And if you had a topspin boost ball, this would be the spot right here.
Too much greatness in that shot.
No, because down here it's shallower. Topspin boost ball, and you could get over and have a shot at an Albie. Look at that. See if we can get around the bend and get some run up towards it without getting in the rough. Didn't go off far enough. Need to got like 5 more rings. It's good to know though. I haven't had to take that shot this week, but I'm still making the eagle from right there. I would have made it on though. I needed to be out 5 more rings from where I was. I always use that marker as at the beginning of the week, so that gives me an indication of where I need to be. You don't want to be in the rough right there, but if you're in the rough, and you can see where that marker is, and he's about 6 rings off that marker, so.
Okay. No, don't do this again.
Go down the middle. Yeah, that's going down the middle. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know, fucking 20-something rings, I think.
Yeah, but you were 6 rings off that marker that's out there, so that's the spot. And from where I was at, I needed to be a full ring set farther out. So I was right at it. There's max, there's mid. I'm in that 8 per ring range. Three-quarters of a ring. And a little. Get in the hole. And that little. Didn't need the little. Arr, that's the first time I haven't made it this week, and I haven't been in the right spot yet.
Whoa.
Max right at the cup. We'll be all quiet for him. We got the little please be quiet signs up. Everybody observe them.
Come on, it's an end bringer shot. We all know what's going to happen.
Perfect. In the hole. Nice shot, buddy. Nice shot.
A little bit on the hot side for my liking, but whatever. It is in. That's what she said. Oh, we got bounces over the water? Or is there a rough on the other side?
No, there's a rough bump on the other side.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And the pin, I can't remember where the pin's out on this, but I think the pin's closer to the front.
It looks like middle front.
So this is...
Like on the front third in the middle.
This is still the... I think you can still do it with a navigator and a sniper. We'll see.
A nice straight sidewind would be nice here. Straight sidewind.
All right, you ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Another dunner.
We can. I was talking to Kyle briefly yesterday, and you're probably gonna need. Is that rough? Oh, that is rough. Okay. No spin.
Man, you were right on that transition.
So, I should, 3, 4. Try plus 10 max. And,
Perfect.
yeah,
El
you said you might play
Perfecto.
some rookie accounts again.
I did hit.
Oh, I smidged too much.
As far as you think you
So I
overpulled
did
it too
plus
much.
10. Yeah, I did plus 10 max number, so maybe plus 10 minus 0.1.
Or how about
So
just
instead of
max plus
3.7, do
0.1?
3.6. And it was yellow ring, no spin.
So 3-5 or 3-3?
Yeah, 3-5, 3-6.
No, because you added on 10%.
I did plus 10, yeah. So it would have been 3-7, and then minus 0.1. 3-6, 3-5, 3-6. 3-5-5. How about that?
Isn't it perfect? I did 3-5, so we'll see. And 3-6 and 3-6 and 3-6 probably would have worked.
I wonder if that was something to do with maybe a bit of a slightly different landing spot too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because mine.
I don't know though.
Mine didn't come in.
Spin.
Mine didn't come in as straight as yours. Mine came in and had a little bit of a bounce there at the beginning.
But yeah, like I said, he said he was, he was getting tired of the whole master thing. So anyway, I got thinking, if we could find one more person that we could get together, then we could try all four of us playing at the same time and see if we can get matched up, all four of us together.
Yeah.
So me, you, Kyle, and then someone else who's available at the same time.
Yeah, we could have our own little mini tourney. What is this hole? All right, this hole right here. I'm trying to get on.
Kyle's got a channel too. So if let's say I matched up with you, and then whoever number 4 matches up with Kyle, then you can both have separate videos of it too, right? Or I can learn how the fuck so that I can share my screen and I don't know, learn something about computers and stuff. I suppose I could learn something, but I'm old.
Shit, you're barely in your 40s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
I'll
not
be 43 soon.
Yeah, you're not old. You're only old if you think you're old. If you think you're old, then I guess you are old. I am 18 and indestructible.
Well, I'm definitely young at heart.
Are you ready?
I guess so. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't even know what hole this is or what clubs I have ready. Totally professional here.
Totally professional. Well, we can dick around on this hole because I want to see the setup. I want to see, I'm sure we're going to have a headwind here. A little bit of a headwind. It seems it's... So your orange ring is slightly into the first cut of the rough. Maybe a third of it.
I was wondering if it's going to be enough to clip the rough after the bunker. Oh! I need...
Needed to
maybe
be...
Kingmaker with an exercise.
Need to come in a little bit to the right.
There's not a lot of room, though.
So your orange...
You're hitting right in that crotch.
Your orange
but your landing spot, though.
Your orange ring was right there and you need to come in maybe a half a ring.
Maybe, but you have to, you don't have a lot of dip, and you're using the power 2 as well. See, that's where I had my set up before I pulled the rings out.
One ring great to the left. Not enough of the power 3 ball or a power 2 ball.
That was a good line, though, even with a great left.
I think with a power 3 ball though, your bounces, you're trying to bounce over that sand and clip the rough on the other side and bleed out. If you bring out a bigger power ball, you can get in front of that peninsula and you don't have to use as much curl. If you bring out a power 5 ball.
Or topspin.
Yeah, or your topspin boost ball.
No, or you won't need as much topspin.
Yeah, you won't need as much topspin.
Oh, great. Great. There's another one you probably need to get. So all the par 4s are pretty much drop them.
This one is
take your eagles and run.
This one's
on
pretty.
Par 5 so far.
If we can figure out a consistent way to get on in one, it'll be easier. But it is pretty easy to make the hole in one, or not. Excuse me, get the eagle just from shooting it on.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you just lay it up, it's still you're probably gonna have like a mid short iron if you let yourself back in the fairway.
That was like 75,000 rings great to the left. It's a consolation prize. They put me on the green. In the hole. All right. Let's play this hole one more time. Let's practice this hole because I want to change balls and see what it takes to get over there. I want to see how easy or hard it is to get over there with a power 5 ball. If I just bring it out, I'm going to bring one of those 5 power. Well, Berserker might work here, but I've got some of those 5 power 5 side spin 0 wind balls.
I'm going to try it with Kingmaker. And use the spin. The thing was, that was a left to right wind though, right? So that was actually helping me curl towards the green.
Could always switch to a Zerk, but that is the ball right there. All right, you ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning.
Well, I was gonna say I got dots really quick. I should have backed out.
Did you get somebody already?
Someone right away. Yeah. Right away.
Right away. Rat bastards.
I don't want to show him my special shot.
Now I'm going to spin forever.
Beat me for a gold medal. Oh yeah. Hey, that's cool.
What?
Buddy's going, he's got a power 1 ball, and he's going to the right, and he can make it all the way across that last pad. Oh, that tree might be in your way, though, Jim. That tree's going to be in your way, isn't it?
Well, they put that line of trees right there.
No, nope. No, he made it through. Let's see.
Oh, shit, I went to the wrong.
Nice shot. If he had more topspin, he would have been on the green. I think that was Apocalypse 4. And a power 1 ball. Interesting. I'm going to try that. How much topspin, though?
I should have been paying attention to what my opponent was doing on that hook, other than getting into the sand. And they are screwed.
Perfect. I don't have as much curl with the extra miles. Let's see what happens. Get through. Oh, yeah. Stop. Oh, that's awesome. I'll send you that one. Because with Apocalypse, you can do it way better. The only thing is with Apocalypse, that tree near the tee box is a little scary.
Yeah, those trees that are right there on the right.
This guy made it around no problem, but he didn't have enough topspin to get through the rough. But it was a good looking shot. If he could have maybe even one more topspin, he would have been on.
My opponent's hitting out of the sand. I'm hitting out of the rough.
Eagle.
And I hit to the rough. My opponent went from the sand. Let's see if they go from the sand. Where are they at? They're in the fairway. So they went to the right with a low wind ball. A low power, low wind ball? Is that what you're saying, Dunner? Let's see if my opponent can make it in. I screwed up and went to the hole ahead, so I'll have to play it again. That's why we weren't getting matched up. Although he did get matched up real quick.
You're all far away. So yeah, I used my extra mile.
I can't hear you. You must have walked away from your phone.
Yeah, you sound far away too. Look at my headphones.
Hold on a second. Maybe it's me.
Your phone is about to shut off. It's dead.
No, you weren't on speaker. Are you on speaker now? Or can we hear you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now we can hear you. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
That was on my end. I screwed.
But yeah, so to the right side, I used a Kingmaker. Probably could have got away with Katana, whatever. Yeah, I just did a max overpower, max curl shot with topspin, and first bounced on that fairway, and then into the rough, and then it rolled out of the rough, and I was actually pin high, but I was like in front of that bunker to the right side of the green.
Hole number 9. Are you ready for this hole?
Oh Jesus, what is this?
There is a max overpower hook shot on this hole. We could practice it to see like what we can get down in that thing, especially with a bigger side spin ball. I'm almost thinking it might be good to bring a 444 just because you can. Yeah? Yeah. All right, you ready? Hole number 9.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dots. Okay, spinning still.
Spinning and another Dunner. All right. Now we're back on track. Look at that. We had a pause right there. There is a max overpower hook shot that we can try here. We could. Let's see what a 4-power ball does. Man, a 4-power ball can get you over. If you did a max, a 5-power ball get you up on the other side. Couldn't do it with any kind of... Wonder if you could make that spin. If I just hit it straight forward, what kind of bend I can get. Let's try it. 2-2.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Put that little teeny bit of headwind back on it. Hitting it perfect. And see if it'll make it around the bend. And not get caught up in that sand right there. That's where one of those 5.55s would come in handy. It's got 0 wind, but so you couldn't do it in a headwind, but in a tailwind, that extra side spin might have been able to pull me more. Even if I'd have clipped the rough and bled out, it would have been pretty good. I don't know with the rock if you can put 4 top spin on it. Maybe.
I'm just hoping it's got enough curl.
That might be like 1 tick of top spin too much.
Just put a little bit of overpower too at the end.
Close. Close.
Oh, I thought that was a sniper though, didn't I? That was probably not a smart move. I did have a big dog with a rock too. I suppose I could have brought like a berserker and still did the same shot and just used the power 5 for the second shot.
Hitting it perfect. I don't think I have enough to get to the cup. Because you don't want to put too much on there because it's super easy to end up in that rough. It's just fringe fairway rough. Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, here we go. Perfect. This is pretty much a gimme. Let's find a good spot here.
Yeah, you're high enough up in the hole that you can get that second bounce over to the other side is awesome.
Let's go 3-4. That was exactly 3-4 too.
Exactly 3-4. It looked like it was 3-9-9-9-9-9. But we'll count that as 4 since you're Canadian. And you're having to convert it over from metric, so
I could have left that way short of the cup as far as ball guide goes.
it doesn't look like it when you're coming up to it from far away, but it actually falls off towards the back.
That one wasn't that bad as far as the par 5s go. Rock, Kingmaker, Sniper. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, and you actually have an Albie shot, a legit Albie shot on it now with this pin placement, because the old pin placement was a... I mean, you could get Albie on it, but there was a little bit of luck involved. Oh, sure, show me up and do the dunk. In the hole.
I haven't made one of those in a while. I gotta get that fucking, what do you call it? Achievement or something.
Yep.
Get my 5 free gems out of the deal.
Where you get 100 dunks and you get 5 gems. Yeah. Those achievements aren't quite relevant. They should have changed.
No,
those.
but at least they were smart enough to get offer wall going.
And let's try that hole one more time.
All right. What's my scorecard? Oh. Minus 12. I got 5 eagles.
I got a minus 12 and I only
2
got
pars.
3 eagles.
I got 1, eagle 1, birdie 2, par 3, par 4, eagle 5, eagle 6, birdie 7, eagle 8, eagle 9. So I got all the par 4s at least. Anyway. Number 9.
Yep, hole number 9.
Number 9. Number 9.
You ready? We'll give everybody some bonus content. I want to try that with a 5 power, 5 side spin ball and see if I
3,
can
2, 1, go.
get in front of that.
Dots. That's good. Spinning though.
Dots and
Back out.
I backed out. Are you
I'm
out?
gonna back out too.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll start over.
let's try that again.
Hole 9.
Hole 9.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Dots.
That's better.
That's more like it.
Dots and another dinner. All right.
Pretty sad how we can tell by fucking 3 dots on the screen whether we're gonna get matched up ahead of time or not. Okay, so maybe 3.5 topspin with a rock. I was pushing the boundaries a bit for my liking.
Three, 8. 4, 5. I push all that.
I would have
in.
cheated even a bit more to the rough because you're gonna have that wind helping you.
I did. That's 2
I know,
perfects.
but more and more.
Even more.
See, it looks like you got enough spin though. Too much, yeah.
The deal there is that I should have.
Just because of the wind, just the way the wind was blowing, I would have like actually set it up so that it was in the rough. If you plan to put the wind back in, then I would have set it up kind of so that for just barely on the fairway.
Well, what I could have did there was I could have put on, because you can't put on all the top spin or really any more of the.
I'm just gonna do 3.
It's a 5 side spin ball, but I wasn't using all 5. I was only using like 3 3/4, 3.5.
Yeah,
I
because
should have put on like a full 4, 4.25 side spin, and then however much top spin I could get on there.
Yeah, because you didn't need it.
But the power 5 ball definitely helped.
That was even more curl. That was a much better angle. That little bit of topspin taken away helps get it around too. That's another thing. I don't know if people notice that or not. I mean, I think most people would, but when it comes to side spin, I'm sure you've talked about it before, but you get more effect out of the side spin the more actual backspin that you can use. But if you've got 3 side spin or whatever, and then you try and put on top spin, it's not going to react. It's not going to break to the side that you want it to as much, because the top spin is going to overcompensate for it. So in that situation right there, like, I use a bit less top spin on my drive. So not only did I stay away from the rough, but it actually gave me more movement right to left. Damn, that probably would have been in.
It'd have been close. I think I missed on the other side, but it would have been super close. Super. I would have liked to have seen it.
Okay, I found what was like a sticky spot here somewhere. I thought. short. And it's going to be 3-4. And I'm not going to worry about that a little bit overpower.
Perfect. That was a right perfect though, so we can't count that one.
And I definitely should have been at least plus 10. That was a good speed though.
It was good speed coming in there. All right. There's definitely a ton of holes to pick up here, so I mean,
yeah,
it's got to be
pretty
16
much
or
scratch off 3 and 6, and the rest of them you should think about trying to make. Well, I shouldn't count all the par 3s, but
yeah, but I
definitely the first par 3.
I think the par 3s are actually easier now than they were before, and they were great.
The first 2 par 3s definitely should be able to get dialed in pretty easy.
I think they're actually more dialable than they were before because you don't have to, on that one hole, you don't have to travel in the peanut as far.
Oh, yeah, there's that one too, yeah. Fuck, you can make all 3 of them. Yeah, they're all pretty easy actually.
You must have walked away from your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, Ricky.
Stupid limitation of technology. Come on. First world problems, god damn it.
All right, that was the 150th Open. That was a practice round. We got a lot of those holes. You got to see 2 different ways of going at it. So
yeah. So I believe, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that we're going out tomorrow and then we're going out Friday. So probably Thursday would be the only day for the qualifying. I'll probably have any decent time.
yeah, and I should have a pretty light day on Thursday.
I mean, unless you really want to go like really early in the morning, but I think I'd rather sleep in.
No, I can do Thursday. We'll do our qualifying rounds on Thursday, at least one.
Yeah. And then we got 2 reservations. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday and Friday. So other than that, I should be back to the house around dinner time. I guess we're going to play Saturday. No choice. Saturday, yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. But Thursday we can qualify.
All right, Thursday it is. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. Everybody have fun this week. These are awesome holes to play. Lots of different ways that you can play them with any kind of clubs. And hopefully everybody have a great week. Thanks for watching. Any words of wisdom? You're going to go play golf, so we're going to all wish you good luck. And hopefully,
yeah, I'm going to need it. I haven't even played it. I haven't even swung a club yet this year.
Yeah, I mean, when you take a bunch of time off and you go out there, it's easy to have moments of brilliance, and then you want to throw your clubs.
But I mean, like I said, I'm not very good to begin with, so it's not high expectations to live up to anyway.
I went out with some buddies of mine in South Carolina, and they're all pretty good golfers, and I hadn't golfed in a while, and I had to rent some clubs, and we went on to the very first hole, which was a pretty long par 4, and I was on and one, and I got a birdie on it, and I stopped them and said, hey, I want you to pay attention. You can't just walk out on a course like this and walk up to a par 4 like this and get a birdie on it without having had some skill at golf. Would you all agree? And they were like, yeah, and I said, good, because I can guarantee you that all my luck is gone. And I think I shot like 100 that day.
Yeah. That's usually my goal. I don't know any of these courses. I assume they're not going to be like, par 70s or par 69s or anything. I assume they're going to be decent. So if I can break 100 every round, then I guess that'll be successful.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Really, my goal is a 90. I just want to get like a bogey every hole. Bogey golf, that would be good.
No, if you start breaking 90s regularly and you're playing golf, you got to think about like the amateur golfers that are out there. There's not a lot of people that can break 90. I mean, proportionally, that puts you in a high percentage of people. If you can start, if you can start getting into the 80s on a regular basis, then you're even in a smaller bracket. Most of the people that play
Yeah, I
golf,
don't think
that's not their.
haven't got a 90 yet. I think I had it was either a 91 or a 92. But it was like a really shitty front nine or something, and then I came back on the back. Or it was I had a pretty decent front nine, and I couldn't quite keep the pace up on the back. Something like that. I was close, though.
I got on a course the very first time I ever broke 90.
Just like bowling, you know? Like, I threw a 2.898 game in league play, you know? It's like, okay, well, I didn't get a perfect game, but, I mean, I did it. I was fucking one ball away, you know? That means I've done it once. That means I can do it again.
I was at 90 where I was shooting 90, 91, 92, 90, 90, 90, 90, 91, 92, and I couldn't break into the 80s. And then when I finally did break in the 80s, I had a day come together where I was putting myself in the right spot and I was giving myself makeable putts. And instead of freaking 2-putting or 3-putting, and got like an 83, so I finally got into the 80s and smoked it, and then that's how it went. I would shoot a 90, 90, 90, 90, 84, yeah. 91, and then finally started getting where I was consistently in the 80s, where I was able to pick up a few shots, learning a few things on some holes.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, and a lot of things. It comes down to a lot to a mental game too, right? Like when you broke 90, it's like, okay, I can fucking do it, right? So that then like every third or fourth round you were shooting below 90. It's like, yeah, I can do this. Of course I can. You start to expect it of yourself, right?
Well, on some of the holes.
So then confidence, and you get confidence in it. You're not like, oh yeah, here we go again. Like you have a bad hole where you shoot a triple bogey or something. You make a complete mess of a hole. After you started off the first 4 holes where, you were par or +1 or something, and then you have a disastrous 5th hole. But you've already come back and you've done it before. You've got the goal. You've made it, below the 90 score. So you don't, that one hole doesn't just dwell with you the rest of the round, right? You can just kind of put it, you go up and get your next tee shot, and it's fucking nice again. You're like, okay, we're back in the saddle. Like, I can do this again. Right?
Yeah, what happened with me was I switched.
10-pin, I was like, I started bowling 10-pin, I was like, yeah, man, like, my goal is to get to like 170 average. That was like looking at how I could bowl and my skills and times. Like, yeah, I can't throw fucking 7, 8, 9, 10 strikes in a row in 10-pin. Like, come on. And then stick with it. Next thing you know, I'm bowling 170, no problem. And now I've got some good games under my belt, and kind of being in the top 3 of triples or singles, throughout the year. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, boom, I just finished the year with the 202 average. Oh, I just threw 8 strikes in a row, and that doesn't really seem like a big deal anymore.
I switched drivers playing golf. I played for quite a few years, and then I went down and I invested some money in some drivers. And it changed the game because I went from like 270 to 320. And so that 50 yards changed my second shots on a lot of the par 5s, especially where you're at 220 to the cup as opposed to 150 or 160. And those 160, 150 shots, that was like bread and butter. I could practice those at home in my backyard. So I had those shots, I felt super comfortable with them. Whereas the 220 shots, sometimes you'd have to take them either with a fairway driver or a 3-iron, trying to make them. And it changed the game just that 50, 60 yards more off the tee. I had to relearn how to play a lot of courses that I played for a long time, because now when I was off the tee, I was in a totally different spot and had to figure out the angles, because there's some shots like backspin shots coming into the green. I didn't have a really good backspin shot in my bag, and so I tried to avoid the angles coming into the cup So there's a lot of times I'd hit shorter than the other people in my group.
Yeah.
But I had a better angle. So I could limp it up on
Well, yeah,
the
you
green
just
and
gotta
roll
know
it
your
up on
game
it,
too, right?
as opposed to trying to hit it over the sand and shit.
These
I got
fucking squirrels
smarter.
fuck right off. Fucking squirrels, man. They keep digging in my garden.
And you got your plants in your garden. They can't be digging in the garden.
No. They even dig in the freaking pots that I have. I got 2 of them in pots, and they dig in those too. Right at the freaking roots. Or right at the stem.
They start messing with Dunner's pot plants. We're gonna be in. He's gonna be out there having squirrel for dinner.
Yeah. There's gonna be, I don't know, what fucking borrow my buddy's BB gun or something. Pricks.
Have fun this week. Thanks for watching.